you know, Arena is always going to be nice for ranged carries.
It hasn't been doing well though.
Yeah,
overall.
this year was garbage.
I mean, yeah, okay.
We're not going to.
I never know when I'm going to get diplomatic, Clinton, or like just full hate.
No, but the stats don't lie here. It's 14%, and the reason is because the natural itemization for Mars is to buy Blink and BKB, then maybe Hex.
You drop that Arena, you get a kill. Pretty much everybody's gonna go back to full HP. This is 30% of his max HP and mana, and you get 20% attack damage as well. So there's gonna be a lot of right-clicking. It works really well with Phantom Assassin, considering that you do have that insane amount of bursts coming out. Allies do receive 50% of it, and it lasts for 20 seconds.
We'll see how he does here. Socks on the Slark. We've seen this 4-position Slark quite often. Trying to take away that vision, but now they've got the Nightmare, and Shiro looking like he was ready to get a couple attacks out on Asaxa, and all of a sudden he's kind of surviving a little bit, but finally falls. I mean, that was not as easy as they thought it was going to be.
Lamb was already pushing in.
He is, right now, experience a little bit leveled higher than his opponent. I mean, not doing too bad. He's about a fourth of a level ahead. But Crystallis and Whitemon, they're looking for Bach, who stayed in the lane pretty low. Shadow Word on a Crystallis, and eventually Bach dies. He decided to stay in the lane and be at this low health. They get the kill onto Soxa down bottom, but they don't quite have the damage to get the kill on a mid one. Searching. Mid one. He's only level 5, but Shiro's kind of standing still and doesn't have a lot of mana to play with. Soxa, he's deep in on this. They're going to TP one over. The Fatal Bonds, they thought it might do more. But Bane standing forward and nothing to say is going to come over. And they do have this Dream Coil to get the kill to Soxa. They'll lose Bach in the top lane.
Ooh, that coil. Seems like it needed to connect onto mid one as well. Not the easiest hero to kill. BZM making a move. He wants to steal enemy XP rune.
They're going to need some help, and the Phantom Assassin's actually coming over here. Bach's not exactly in a good spot to try and get this, and he might just die back-to-back for it. Both these shrines go the way of Tundra, and then they also get another kill on a Bach.
That Battlefield timing is definitely going to be a good one.
Nightmare this time. Planet recalling some help. They'll drop down the Arena. They've got the Chaotic Offering. That landed on nothing to say.
If they get a kill.
They get anything. They will get Innocence, and they'll take out Planet. Both heroes die on the side of Tidebound, and this is just going very poorly for the Radiant side. I mean, he was already backing up. They don't make a follow-up move off that Dream Coil. A little bit of panic.
Not sure where the damage is. It definitely needs to come from Shiro. Shiro still has good amount of farm, but Mars is taking over. And again, Bristleback getting caught. 0, 5, and 0 after they kill him here.
So many deaths on Bach. He doesn't have an open lane to play in. Every time he moves out a little bit, they find him. Huge lead for Tundra at this point in the game. This probably also turns into the first Tormentor if this all continues to go this way. And Crystallis again finding Bach. I mean, this is a 6th death. He is averaging a death every 2 minutes.
Oh, that's really a tough one. His stacks got stolen. He got completely dominated in the lane. You're playing into Mars, which is going to turn you with the spear, and you're also playing into Phantom Assassin. So there's going to be break mechanic relatively early into the game. I don't think he even needs to buy it, considering how low of an impact he's having on Bristleback right now.
Stationary, top lane, trying to just survive. But they know he's here, and they want to lock him down. They've got the pounce for the leash. Mid one could come in and follow this up. He's got the blink into the Arena, and now they've got the Chaotic Offering. Dream Coil is going to be placed down onto 2 of these heroes, but what do they get out of it? Bach's still alive. The Primal Roar comes through. The Waning Rift's onto a couple, but they just don't have the damage. Now, with the Hawk diving down onto nothing to say, he's solidly still for a moment and dies to Crystallis, who has a double kill. This is a 10,000 net worth lead at 16 minutes into the game.
Other than Aghanim Scepter, but it seems like mid one thinks that they have enough. Arena, spear does miss.
Doesn't land it, but has the Roar as the follow-up with the Drums of Slom. And there's a kill. Have some heal. He's done some weird things with that hero, but not as egregious as, say, a Ags here.
They see Bach, they kill Bach.
Yeah. They have surrounded him. And it'll take some time, maybe. Maybe Bach gets something. They use that AVULUS. The Chaotic Offering came down. Mid-one's in some trouble, but the Spear pushes him back, and in
That was
43
close.
seconds, the Bristleback will be back.
Spark of Courage actually keeping him alive there. That extra 5 armor that he got really made the difference.
Maybe they could get a kill. Again, it would have to require like a Fiend's Grip coming through from the Bane, which is the way they got him the last time. There's
Crystallis ready to
BCM.
jump in.
Crystallis right there with him to get a kill on a Planet.
Immediately peeping to the mid lane. They want
This is
more.
Arena. Yeah, they're going to go. Spear doesn't connect, but Shiro, he does not have the damage.
And look at those heals.
He's so dead. And the rest of the team is on the run. Nightmare, who cares? I only have good dreams.
And they see him.
Oh, they just can't get away. Every step of the way, Tundra has just been ice cold.
I think he might be going to game 2 instead of going for these items in the next few minutes, because this game, there just isn't enough. He had a good game, he had a good laning stage, doesn't have a hero to play with. They're in again, mid 1, searching for a target.
Yule's onto the Bane, the Spear connects, and they should have some follow-up. They're burning him with the Shard activation from mid 1. Will-O-Wisp is down, and it's in a good spot on these steps to slow them down on Tundra, but they'll still collect the gold and get themselves an extra bit.
Nice Nightmare with the sleep
gold
wall,
there
gets
with
him
the
on the
Will-O-Wisp.
low ground. Crystallis is in.
In with no fear. Another Yule's Arena Spear and a combo from Crystallis with a double kill. I mean, this is just one-sided as it gets.
Oh, they see them. This Observer Ward. Crystallis thinking about jumping in. He has break. Shard is ready.
And there's the roar. They've got the Fan of Knives. They'll rip the bristles right out his back. BZM's got another kill.
Crystallis jumps
Dream
out.
Coil down, but he's got the BKB, just jumps away. Innocence pauses the game, has a little bit of lag, and
Whew, got me worried there for a second. Underrated item, I would say. When you want to burst somebody in certain situations where you're dealing with some earlier butterflies or TBs or morphlings, could come in handy.
I definitely agree. Oh, nothing to say. Tries to
That didn't
TP,
clip him, but they do have Roar.
Spear and a roar. And another 425 gold there for mid 1. All the while, they've got this Aegis into the hands of Crystallis, and they've put themselves up a massive amount, and Bach has been spotted again. They are going to hit him with the Chaotic Offering and lock him into an 0-10-0 game.
Whew.
Even maybe his first game was this bad. When he opened up Dota for the first time and played, I don't think he went 0-10. Shiro,
Sentry.
Sentry down, Fan of Knives, and this is going to be another kill for Crystallis, who's beyond godlike at 14-0-6, involved in 20 of the 25 kills right here by the Tier 3 tower. It's still just Sark. I know he paused for a while, but Sark's still the only one who's died on the side of Tundra.
Look where BZM is.
And another
He's
Courier's dead.
in the middle of 4 heroes. Didn't manage to use his BKB. Mana getting drained.
Grip and the Will-O-Wisp. BKB, not enough.
Ooh,
They got the kill on a BZM. They at least get the Beastmaster.
that was close.
First
Maybe
one to
if
die.
he popped the magic wand, immediately swap the strength treads would give them enough. But I wanted to TP out immediately.
So
On a different side of the map for quite so long now.
Still 40 plus seconds on this Aegis, so even getting the first kill is not going to feel that great. They'll go in. They've got the arena around on 3. Fan of Knives comes in.
Everybody's full
Innocence, nothing
HP.
to say. He's dead. No buyback available on the puck. Bach's going to be able to survive. At least there's that. But the BKB gets popped by mid 1. They're looking to secure this mid center axe. Another Stifling Dagger thrown his way. And with not that much health remaining, he can't really step in. But Crystallis finally feels some damage coming in from Shiro.
They know something is up. Going completely different direction. Both teams smoked. He's in.
Blink Arena and Crystallis is in to try and get a kill here on a plant. The Primal Roar is going to be through on a
They got
Shiro.
Shiro.
Chaotic Offering,
No
there's
buyback.
the catch. They get the kill, 70 seconds, no buyback. Distance pops that Ghost Scepter, and they'll find their hands are on Bach. The Quills just are not stacking enough. Neither is the Viscous Nasal Goo. They do not have the damage to get these kills. They'll hit him with the Blinding Light, but with no buybacks.
Sasa. He's gonna scout him out. Shiro doesn't have any defensive items.
No, he doesn't. AVULUS, the arena, Y's the one in trouble, but he pops that Ghost Scepter. Fiddlemons comes through into both those heroes, and now they've disarmed this Clinks. Blink into the Primal Roar, they get both kills anyway. GG is called, and Tundra take game number 1 in a very, very, very one-sided matchup.
It was not even close. Tidebound, you could feel what they wanted to do with their draft, but it was way too late. Losing all 3 of their lanes, everybody getting online, and again, I'm very impressed what they are able to do with mid one on the off lane. This guy, with every game, he keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, it's difficult. I think if you give PA a free lane like that, it's not even a free lane. That's beyond free. This Bristleback is 0, 11, and 1. I'm glad he got that 1 assist on there. But, Darkseer.
Okay.
That hero is traditionally countered by Ursa. So
It is.
this is just, I don't know why they picked this, actually.
Pretty standard stuff for Abba. He needs to pick up 1 Null Talisman, which is your mana regeneration. Everything got nerfed. Aphotic Shield, Planet, getting initiated on.
Yeah, they had that Cold Feet and the Chilling Touch, so they were able to get the kill on the Planet and get that first blood for a back-to-back game. Even putting some more pressure on a Bach, they'll have a Chilling Touch if he can get close enough. And that means the chase is there for a second, but under the tower, Crystal's still up here, 20 and 5. Planet, not much of a deterrent from this gyrocopter, but we've seen Planet be a playmaker from the 4 with heroes like this. We'll find Whitemon though. The body blocks try and get him to freeze over. He's not far away from the center. And now they'll chase. But Planet with another rocket barrage. Tries to deny himself to neutrals. Unfortunately, Crystallis gets the kill.
Seems like they're not done. Crystallis, another Aphotic Shield ready. 5 seconds.
And another Cold Feet.
Whitemon survived long enough.
These quills aren't exactly going to land. And now Bach, he's getting run down here and will die to Crystallis. It's a double kill. And Bach having flashbacks of a game past. They have the X into the Torrent. They'll look for BZM. They'll follow it up with the Ice Path.
3 heroes.
The axes don't matter. They get the kill. They've got the Flak Cannon and the Rocket Barrage, and they'll freeze over Y. But if they can get Whitemon, they'd be happy with that. Off the Tidebringer and the Rocket Barrage, they do get it. And they find themselves a second.
Yeah, very nice moves from Tidebound.
Shiro? He's dead in between the tier 1 and the tier 2.
Shiro, yeah, playing behind enemy lines while 2 supports are showing. They showed in the mid lane for a good 15 seconds. Still gonna be worth it for them, especially if they can get this tower. They're playing with the Catapult, they're playing with Jakiro. Very difficult for Night Stalker. His XP rune, I believe, got stolen. So, very, very difficult game for him. Because you definitely need that level 6. He got level 6
borrowed
himself.
time. Now the chase is on for Whitemon instead, and Planet gets at least that. They pop the borrowed time, they can maybe go again, but they don't have the ghost ship this time around. Maybe thinking about going into the Soxa. He's got the Iron Shell on himself. They can land an Ice Path and a jump from Shiro. They could probably get a kill here, but he'll have Surge from mid one if need be. Actually, he was on cooldown, so he didn't even have that, but they just get under the tower and
that he had Surge available. Sometimes it does work. BZM getting caught again.
Primal Roar and the X back into the ghost ship. They commit the wall to this and they bring Crystallis over. And everybody's here from the side of Tundra, but the Ice Path, now the borrowed time, nothing to say, he's able to run. He's trying to get away, they go to the call down and he is out for the moment, but no, Whitemon will get that kill, but down goes down goes mid one. Crystallis is looking like he's the next one to drop. Planet falls in return. Cold Feet, Shiro.
They get Shiro here. It turned into nighttime.
Boy.
And Whitemon will get a double kill.
That's a bit too far from Ursa.
300 was maybe a bit of a bigger number.
You were guessing.
Yeah, it's like more 200 to 250. Okay. Shiro, oh no.
Silence on him, but maybe he survives and they can get an Ice Path down, and instead now an Ice Blast hits Y, and it's a double kill for mid one. Mitigating the pressure put on by Tidebound. Get to that point where they hit the 15-minute mark, and you're kind of expecting Ursa to go and get that Tormentor, right? But they can probably contest.
BZM again.
Ghost Ship called down with the X and the Ghost Ship, but they use the Primal Roar. They'll lock him in with the Ice Path into the Rocket Barrage. BZM dead once more. He's got almost 4K. Ice Blast is hit. Doesn't hit directly, but it floated over, and that's enough to make Shiro vulnerable. And with the Ion Shell and the jump on top from this Night Stalker, Shiro has no chance to survive at all.
Saxa might be in trouble here. He's playing with mid one, though. Pog pole, used again. Gonna get him out of trouble, and Shiro will die one more time. This is
a solo kill?
I think Ancient Apparition ulti did hit on top of it. X mark, BCM.
X. Pull him back with the ghost ship, get a little bit of revenge. Has to be Ice Blast, certainly. Yeah.
Ursa and Bristleback. I guess they're not expecting it.
Ooh, this is a pretty quick Roche. That was quick enough where now ghost ship landed. It was actually on the Night Stalker, but Saxa doesn't care. He's fine. Chasing Planet, Prime Aurora, that's get used, and now Planet's gonna be the one dead to Chrysalis. They've got the Ice Path in the Macropyre. Shiro got the kill on a Saxa, but the Ice Blast hits on a Bach. The chase is on. He's gonna be cold-feeted and shattered out. BZM's got the kill, and now
Shiro's trying to fight, but the Yule Scepter.
The enraged Yule Scepter, the Torrent, the Ice Path. Can they get this one? Chrysalis low, but surviving, and Shiro, he's gonna die. Oh, he wanted it so bad, but getting are just two different things.
Torrent connects onto two. We're getting there.
We're getting there?
Yeah.
Are we not already there?
Depending how we're counting a Photic Shield. But yeah, we're very close. Nothing to say. We'll use one Torrent. Lock is going in.
Yeah, they'll blink, they'll roar, but it's onto the Gyrocopter, which is the support, but the Ice Blast comes in, that lands onto the Gyrocopter, that means Planet's dead. They'll chase for more, they want the Jakiro. Shiro looking for an opening, and now they'll jump on a Saxa, they'll drop the wall, they've got the Ice Path, but Shiro kited out. This BKB's not for attacking, it's for running. And now they find Bach, they buy back on Planet, and the side of Tundra without Saxa have started to retreat. Taking a look at the neutrals, though, Serrated Shiv for the Ursa and the Kunkka, Gale Guard for the other three. Nothing wrong there. Uh-oh.
He caught him.
Forced the BKB. But they use the Roar. BZM is here. And with that, I mean, the BKB's not going to matter, but the Ghost Ship, can he stay alive with this? Doesn't look likely. BZM, again, now dominated. How much DPS would we need for that? Or damage over time would we need for that?
Chrysalis still here.
Yeah, they might catch him. But here comes the Ice Blast, and he'll start to heal up a little bit. The homing missile helps him.
He's
he only
in trouble
gets to
now.
about 3/4 health.
Fury swipes 10.
Ice Path reactivated. They'll still try to get the kill onto the Chrysalis Abaddon. They get the kill. He's dead for 70 seconds. No buyback. BKB committed there by nothing to say. And now this is definitely a potential chance at Roche. It's a real chance, but you need to be careful.
I think they're going to take this fight. 25 seconds for AA ulti. That's a long cooldown.
No
Night Stalker,
BKBs.
he does have ulti available, but it's also going to turn into nighttime in a couple of seconds.
Jump in, BZM! Oh, Whitemon!
He's in. Whitemon gets.
Anybody pick it up? It's going to be Aegis on the bot. They get the kill on a Whitemon. They look over at BZM, who's cleaning up at least one. He'll get the kill on Innocence. They find themselves their hands on mid one. Torrent up into the air, Box back alive, going after BZM. He'll drum, he'll slam, he'll try. These axes even thrown out, but nothing to say is here. That's another kill for Tidebound. And with an Aegis picked up, although used, at least they buy themselves some time. 70 gold away. Let's see, Bach, caught again. I mean, they have not played really too deep. Or too shallow the entire time. The vacuum into the Ice Blast again. And look at where Shiro's at. Forced to enrage, but they've got the Yules. The macro fires on a BZM as well as mid one. He pops the BKB. He's on the run, but Saxa wants to chase with him. Crystallis even wants to go deeper. The borrowed time gets popped. The Ice Path is there. They've got a lot of these heroes here ready to go to back him up. They get the kill on a Y, and Saxa still looking to mess with some heroes. Based on the clock. Lotus being built for Bach. They see this courier maybe coming down. That's got a gem. Actually gets delivered to Saxa. He gets caught immediately. They've got the Ice Path there, but mid one's here, ready to go. They go to the vacuum on a 3, and the Ice Blast hits
all three of them.
But where is anybody else? Chrysalis finally shows up. He'll get the kill on an Innocence. They'll take out one, and they'll look over at Bach. He shows his back, but man, it's not working. 65 Curse of Avernus attack bonus speed. Or is that
He
what?
gets on top of the target, that targets die almost immediately. You hit the Ice Blast, I don't think you need anything else. And he also has Refresher.
BZM jumps in, and the Ice Blast flying through. Actually, the Harpoon messes that up, but the vacuum into the wall already committed. They're going to go for Bach, but the damage with the Abyssal Blade, they get the kill to BZM. They are holding on for a moment. They've got an Aegis on the Abaddon, so maybe they want to not focus this hero, but they will do so anyway as they get
he has
his
Refresher.
first life out of his hands. They look over at mid one, who's stunned up, I think thanks to the homing missile.
He needs
find
that
the Abaddon with the
Refresher.
Ice Path
Needs
once
another
again.
ulti.
They'll activate it one more time. There's the Refresher. There's the borrowed time once more with the BKB pop by Soxa. They go to the Primal Roar. It's going to be on a Bach, and they are going to continue to rip at him once again. Green jacket, gold jacket, quill jacket, who gives a shit? And it connects, but no jump is being made. There's no BKB for 8 seconds for the Ursa, but will it time out the right way? 4 seconds, 3 seconds till borrowed time is back available. They don't have Bach, though, jump in, and now
They want to proc it.
actually send BZM
Or
back in. They
Ice
look for the
Path macro.
Yules, and that's going to stop him from getting pulled back with the X. They go to the Ice Blast, and Shiro's in trouble. The Nullifier's on him, and he's going to die. 100 seconds with no Ursa. He does have buyback, though. Ogre Seal Totem from Planet to try and run. They're going to buy back on Shiro. They'll get the kill onto Planet. He needs to buy back, and he will. They'll find BZM, who's dead for 2 minutes. Soxa might be next. Shiro, though, needs to turn back to help out. Nothing to say. The Ice Path
Ogre
is there
Seal
to get
Totem's
stunned
ready.
for 2. They're trying to get the distance, but
Mid
nothing
one.
to say is
Needs
here.
to
They've
help
also
him with
got
the
Bach
surge.
with the Viscous Nasal Goose. Shiro goes in with a Nullifier of his own. The Torrent lands on a mid one. They've got the vacuum back. They get the kill to Chrysalis. They'll look over as they'll try to catch this Darkseer. He's on the run. He'll search,
Gets
but the
bashed.
Abyssal Blade nullifies that, and they will take him out.
They need to run it down mid lane. 97 seconds without Beastmaster. They can push it real quickly. Doesn't have that much move speed.
Yeah, you can't get rid of the phase, certainly. BZM Nullifier Primal Roar, that's going to be
One
on
ulti
Shiro.
on Shiro.
Sending the Ice Blast, but the Harpoon, it did touch him, so he's going to have that shatter percentage on him, but they'll go after Chrysalis, so pop the borrow time, they go to another Primal Roar. They've got him up with the BKB, once again with the Enrage, they go to the Abyssal Blade, can they get the damage on the Chrysalis? He's trying to get the kill
Refresher,
here, but he's got
another
the
borrowed
Refresher.
time.
Now they're looking over as this Night Stalker gets out. Kofi's going to proc over, he's frozen. The Tidal Wave, the Force Staff, getting Shiro out of harm's way.
X-Mark's ready.
Got the kill in a mid one, they take out the Darkseer for 80 seconds, he's got buyback, but they want to go for more. They looked for that X. They're starting to shift over through. Maybe they could find something. They might find Bach again. But they'll go for nothing to say instead. Ice Blast connects.
He's gone.
And they are going to get this
Got
kill, and he held on to 7,000 gold just for this reason. That's so much gold. They're still going. They're looking over at Bach. He's got a cheese to work with. Chrysalis is in. Nullifier on him. Still throwing out the Viscous Nasal Goo. The vacuum on a 3 into the wall. They've got that committed, but they look over at Soxa. They're trying to make the jump, but they're silenced up. They can't keep control of the Night Stalker. Primal
Yes,
Roar
with the buyback.
onto the support of this Jakiro. Wise Dead has buyback. Nullifier thrown over. It's going to be on a Shiro once again. The damage coming through to the Ursa. He enrages, but can he survive? He's low on health. He needs to find some sort of regen. They've got a
Ice Blast is
cheese
ready.
at least on
See if
this
Wiseman can snipe
Bristle.
him.
Maybe they can get it on
It's
a Shiro,
coming.
but the Ice Blast comes out, and they'll get the first life out of the hands of this Ursa. Borrowed time going
Refresher's
off.
coming on White Swan.
Chrysalis is a bit of a problem, though. He's got the Refresher once again, and Chrysalis is going to get low, but he's got the borrowed time to pop one more
Refresher.
time.
White one's ready to jump in.
Ice Blast coming through. Primal Roar hits nothing to say. They're going to go after
clipped
the Gunga,
Ursa.
trying to get the kill, but the Ursa coming through. They get the kill and a wipe on the takeout. BZM, the damage for nothing to say is too much. They'll follow up on a Chrysalis. They want the kill to the Abaddon. They'll pull him back with the X. Down goes another, and they don't have buyback on Abaddon. He is dead for 2 minutes. Take the range racks. Sox loses his courier. BZM loses his courier. And now the tier 4s.
15 seconds for buyback on Abba. They're holding the glyph. Banner has been planted.
The banner planted. Tidebound trying to do it. A wise hold of the glyph, waiting for this Abaddon to
need
have
to
a
go.
moment to come back up. They've got 6 seconds. This is going to be the Ice Blast going in. They've got the vacuum. It's on the 2.
got the combo.
The Ice Blast lands. They go to the Ice Path, but they don't have the control with the BKB being popped. They'll go after BZM. The damage is there for Shiro. Down goes
BZM's
Soxa.
gone.
Down goes BZM. They look over at mid one, and he's the dead one. But he's got buyback, and so do the other 2. They'll all buy back around the horn. They look over as Tundra now with a tidal wave pushing Chrysalis back, getting him away from Shiro. Miscoils again and again. As this tier 4 is getting low, they still have access to the glyph. They look like they'll get the kill to Shiro. He's got buyback. He'll use it immediately. He can TP over to the outpost.
He's coming
in. They get the kill to Saksa. 4 heroes dead.
Crystal
and
is
they
gone.
don't
That's
have
game.
buyback. They'll call GG. We're going to a game 3. Tidebound make a massive comeback over Tundra.
Oh, they managed to do it. Even with all these refreshers, they were able to kite. Damage mitigation coming up from both, coming out from Kunkka was definitely good enough. And Rage on top of that, very, very difficult, very tanky heroes to be killed.
Like Tidebound's like an entire storm of aggressions at them, and they just get a pick-off after another pick-off. Now Shiro, rather than having no items, suddenly gets a refresh later on, and
yeah, because this
it is very Underlord, by the way.
Yeah, I think the moment you see Underlord and Darkseer as like their mid and alt carry, right? This opens a cool avenue. I was gonna be like Sven or Lifestealer could potentially be in this game. The reason I mentioned Sven is you get a free lane against the Darkseer.
Packing back. Not kill.
Wars are on the high ground. Whitemon needs to be careful. Seems like Planet also didn't see this one.
Blood grenade. Planet moving forward, and the cold feet not going to go over. And now Saksa, he'll look for shards, but can Planet juke throughout the trees? No, he can't. Perfect shards there. And the rocket barrage won't matter. It's going to be a kill here between Whitemon and Saksa over in the top lane. Good shards. Kind of assuming he didn't go down the steps, put him perfectly on to the gyrocopter to at least get that trade, and Whitemon showing up.
Very nice micro from Bach.
Burrow strike. BCM has to be very careful, but now the Searing Chains of the Cold Feet, it's a turnaround. Nothing to say, killed by Whitemon, who is continuing to show brilliance on an Ancient Apparition. Not the hardest kill to get, he threw Cold Feet. Chilling
Comes Saksa.
But now Saksa's
BCM
here, and
ready
Cold
with the
Feet
slice.
freezing over again. This is something they talked about on the panel, the overwhelming lanes of Tundra that can kind of make it so the pace of the game for Tidebound is tough.
Nothing to say. I wanted to see whether he's going to be getting maybe Road of Atos to keep people inside.
Nothing to say is
Level 6 on him. Amplified damage.
dead
More
again.
than enough.
Pop that epicenter for nothing, and back-to-back deaths. I don't even think...
Maybe Muerta in certain situations, if he's going to be able to get some of that right-click damage. Beastmaster can also be okay-ish against it.
Muerta, I believe, in trouble over at the tier 1. Sleight of Fist coming through. Y is going to die here to the Iron Shell and right clicks of mid 1 with some help from the rest of his friends. But now they're here to take these stacks, something they were trying not to give up. And the Ion Shell is going to make this easy. They're going to be able to take all these stacks away. You really need to try and fight this. But the problem is, do they have enough? They'll get the kill on a Whitemon. They'll end up losing Planet. They've got Crystal is here who's going to bail out with this Fiend's Gate.
Tundra, they want to put some pressure on it. It does allow you to get even better access to the triangle.
They've got this vision up here. Searing Chains do connect. And now the snowball, but they're going deep. They drop the wall down. They go to the Fiend's Gate. They're looking for the epicenter, and nothing to say. He's not even going to get it off. The Primal Roar gets used. You've now used so much. He was going to the Fiend's Gate for a second. Now he's stuck in this small spot where the shards are there, and the Pit of Malice is on the other side. So he's frozen over to the Cold Feet, and he can't do anything. Walrus Punch takes out Bach, and all 3 cores on Tidebound have been wiped away.
Oh man, Shiro, that would be a next level play. Imagine if he goes and finds stacks in the enemy triangle, because this is where the gates were.
4th kill here for Tundra.
Their slight won't even need it.
Nothing to say, is going to try and come back, but what do you really have? You have no Blink Dagger to cut the distance between you and these heroes, and they're going to just kill you again. They've got this obs. The Ice Blast is there. I mean, nothing to say. You just came back to life.
BZM was out of remnants. We'll definitely go in and try to grab that kill. Now Planet, level 5 gyrocopter. I don't think he's getting out of this one.
No. Walrus Punch again, and the damage, Crystalis, 183 on that Atrophy Aura.
Don't have to waste the time. You can farm, you can make pressure on the map, and then clear the enemy stacks. Nothing to say.
Saksa.
Nice
Arrow
dodge.
strike, but this is not a great fight already. Fiend's Gate is down. They'll get the kill onto Innocence if the snowball connects. They don't even need it. The Sleight of Fist is there. Nothing to say. Able to get an escape using that Blink Dagger, but Planet's dead anyway. Easy M with a double kill.
This is why Dota is such a beautiful game.
Rourke, Bach, he's at least got the damage there. That is pre-Ags that he's able to do that. But here's the Pit of Malice, and here's the big damage coming in from Crystallis. Snowball shards, and Bach's got nowhere to go. He shows this back to Crystallis, and maybe after 2 games of playing Bristleback, that is just stuck in his brain, but... And now Bach, the surge behind him, and here comes Soxa. I don't know if he was expecting this, but the Primal Roar, the Ice Blast in, the Fiend's Gate is there. They get the kill on a Soxa in the vacuum into the Pit of Malice.
Bam, look at that damage. He also clicked the gate. Seems like the gate click box is pretty big. Shiro made that mistake.
Smoke up from Tidebound. They're actually trying to make a move here. Who could they find? Shield Rune, BZM, the calling, and now they've got the damage. That's at least the combo they can put together. They're looking for something, but they don't know that all of Tundra together. Stormhammer, turn around, Walrus Punch. Good amount of depth. Shiro's out.
The Nightfall, he's
BKB,
out.
TP, that's it, he's leaving. Harpoon pulling back Planet. Wise trying to TP away, but won't be able to do so. Bach with the cold feet, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, and Shiro said, let's go, and then immediately changed his mind after the Walrus Punch.
He's the only one, like, this is the only hero that can stop him from TPing out, immediately gets punched during the BKB, realizes that he can.
How do you defend no BKB? Into an Aegis, into the amplified damage, into the cleave. Your options are so limited. Somehow, Mid One went on the other side of the shards, and Y ended up inside the shards. I don't really see how that's the case, but the Ice Blast flies in, lands on a Planet, and they'll vacuum him back. I have so much damage here on the Underlord. A nice, cool 526, and they'll get Y again. He's got buyback, but there's the wall. And Shiro, they've got some damage. Mid One's gonna die for the first time, and that's so much gold going to this Sven. Deshot pushing him back, doesn't get the tower, but Mid One looking in, trying to cut the vacuum into the wall. We'll get the tier 3, and now looking to get mega creeps.
5 hits.
Epicenter, Burrow Strike, there's the Stormhammer. Do
Good
they get the
snowball
kill? But the
save.
snowball save is there.
Can he kick him out?
KB, God Strength was used, the wall is committed, and now Mid One's gonna go in, they go to the Primal Roar, it's gonna be the control onto the darts here, but they've got
Crystal is going for the
they're trying to
buildings.
get the kill, the
Never
Burrow
mind.
Strike, no. Crystallis has way too much damage. He is just wiping people down and wiping them off
damage.
the face of the earth. It is so much damage for this Underlord. The Firestorm's not even good damage when you're able to just one-shot these guys. There's one. Harpoon Crystallis. He fights back
Planet
against
is
this
dying to
Sven. He
leave.
doesn't really care. And they'll get the kill out of nothing to say. He's got no buyback. GG is called. Tundra have made it to the final day of the tournament as they take over and take out Tidebound 2-1.
We've seen some beautiful Dota today. We saw some new stuff coming out, and this is why this game is so beautiful to play. Like, this has been in the game for a very long time. Nobody wants to touch it. Suddenly,
Is Mid One going to play tomorrow? Is Study going to take over the
Just
reins?
stay home. Just stay home.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if Mid One, does he want to play tomorrow? But if there was a choice, I feel like I want to see the conclusion of this Mid One arc. Like, let him, like, can he make the run with Tundra? Can he show what he can do from the offlane?